Hey everyone, so today we're going to be doing a comparison video for Cash App versus Venmo. So both of these are money transfer apps to be able to send money back and forth between friends and family members. So I know a lot of people out there might have questions on maybe which one's better, which one they should go with, which one's more trustworthy. A lot of these questions might come up. So hopefully this video is going to go into some detail for both of these options so that way maybe you can pick the right one that works best for you. Now I do have both of these apps on my phone and I have been utilizing them for quite some time now. So I have some really good experience on both ends. So if you have any questions after this video, make sure you leave them in the comments down below and I will do my best to help answer them for you. Now, I know one of the biggest concerns when it comes to sending money to friends and family members, especially with all these different apps that are coming out, is who are these companies that are behind them? Is it just that company or is there somebody else bigger? And luckily for both of these companies, they have some big companies to back them up. Venmo actually has PayPal as the main company behind them, and then Cash App actually has Square as the main company behind them. And in case you don't know what Square is, that is the card processing company that is being really popular over the last couple of years, especially for a lot of small businesses. So both apps are entirely free to download. You can go to the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store and have them downloaded entirely for free. Now, both apps do pretty much almost the exact same thing when it comes to their overall goal. And this is to be able to send money to friends and family at a very quick rate. Now, Venmo and Cash App both are very simple to use and get started with. I mean, it's all about very fluid use of being able to send money back and forth to friends and family members. And I think they both do a fantastic job on this. Now, when it comes to Venmo, you can actually have an @ sign. So you can have a username to be able to have people follow you. You can have people search for you by email or even phone number as well. You can add a picture onto your profile and then you get a special QR code as well if somebody's nearby so you can scan them. Now, on the other side for Cash App, you have what they call a cash tag, which is essentially kind of the same thing, but with a $ in the front and then your username. The cool thing on this one too, you can also do it by email or even by phone number to search for somebody. But the other part that they can do is if you're actually nearby other Cash App users and you have your Bluetooth enabled, you can actually find other Cash App people. So obviously it's not necessary to send money to random strangers unless you're a really nice person like that. But if you're next to friends that already have Cash App and you're maybe not already sending money back and forth, you can easily find them because it's going to show you who's nearby to be able to send that money to. And both options also do allow for pictures on your profile if you chose to upload them, which makes it a lot easier for somebody to verify that they're sending that money to the right person. Now, as far as being able to add money into these accounts, both of them are going to be fairly similar, although Venmo kind of takes the lead on this one because you can add multiple accounts from banks or cards, where on Cash App, you can only add one bank and one card onto your actual account. So you can either go by routing number, you can even go by logging into your account with Venmo, or if you really wanted to, you can just add your debit card for easier transition. Now, I know with both of these companies, if you add a credit card, sometimes there are going to be fees attached to that, so really keep that in mind. So when it comes to actually sending money to friends and family members, as far as the speed of how that money gets into the accounts, they're fairly similar as far as time frame. I mean, the second I hit send money to a friend or family member on Venmo versus Cash App is relatively within moments of each other of actually sending that money. Now, both also do have a spot where you can put like a memo or a note. A lot of people on Venmo like to put like an emoji as a quick form of communication on the way that money is being sent. Which also leads into the social aspect that Venmo has, which I'm not personally a big fan of. I don't need people to know the money that I'm sending or receiving from other people, but that is an option out there for a lot of people. But that really seems to be popular with a lot of their users that actually share the different, money that's being sent back and forth and why they're being sent. But overall, similar in both aspects on the actual process of sending money to other people. So both Venmo and Cash App actually also even have free debit cards that you can actually order from these apps. Now, when it comes to the free debit cards, Venmo has an option so you can order a debit card in a multitude of colors, and then you can use that debit card pretty much anywhere that Visa is available and use the money that's directly in your account. Now, when it comes to any bonuses, there's not really a lot. They've had a couple times where they had a bonus for a couple of weeks where if you went to a certain store, you got a certain percentage back, which was really nice. I think they had it for groceries and I tried that. I got 5% back on all my grocery purchases for the month of, I think it was July. And that was really nice. And then when it comes to Cash App, they have what they call the Cash Card. And this one overtakes Venmo by a significant margin when it comes to the free debit card. Because of course, you can get the free debit card and you can actually even have it customized, which is really awesome because you can either put like your own signature, you can put emojis on there, whatever you can kind of fit in there. It does of course have to be approved, so you can't do anything really bad on there. But you get this debit card that is really customized to you. Now, when it comes to utilizing the debit card, because you might be thinking, well, why would I want to have money in my Cash App and use that instead of my regular debit card? Well, they have a feature called the Boost feature, and this is awesome because what it really is essentially discounts for you instantaneously. A lot of these different like cashback companies like Ibotta or Ebates or all these other places, you have to wait to have your money come back to you. Where with the Boost feature on Cash App, you actually get the money instantaneously saved right away. Sometimes they have these Boost features in there for quite some time. Some of them only last a little while, but they do cycle through into different Boost features for you to be able to save. And then you can switch to different Boost features even in the same day and use them right away as long as the money you have is available in your Cash App account. So since both companies have debit cards, they also have a transaction log, so you can see everything that you're spending your money on. And Venmo and Cash App are a little bit different in these categories, and I would say that Cash App has, again, an advantage in this area because when you are going through your old transactions, you can actually filter out by where you're spending your money. So I can actually click on the In-N-Out logo and it'll actually show me all my transactions that took place at In-N-Out Burgers. Now, for other places or other people, you can click on their names and actually see the money that you're spending with that person, whether you're receiving or sending, so you can kind of get a good idea. With Venmo, this is more of just a lined item, so you have to go through the process of searching for something if you want to find out how much you spent, and you have to just add it up all together. You can't just go through and filter out through everything, which is a little unfortunate. Makes it a little difficult if you're wanting to kind of calculate things or figure out how much you're spending in certain areas based off of your actual transactions. Now, we talked about having money transferred into your account and how simple it is and that you can add your bank or your debit card. Now, of course, maybe you want to take money out of your account. Maybe somebody transferred you money that they owed you and now you want to have that money back into your regular bank. Now, cashing out on both apps, again, is fairly similar. It's not that difficult, but both actually have a feature where you can do an instant transfer. So instead of having to wait 2 to 3 business days to have your money transferred like typical, you can actually have your money transferred instantaneously, obviously within like maybe 30 minutes, I think they say, on both apps. But Venmo wins in this end because with Venmo, if you do an instant transfer, it takes up to about 30 minutes at the most, but you have to be charged by 1% of your funds that you're transferring at a max of $10. So you wouldn't be charged more than $10, but you can have that money transferred instantly. I'm not a fan of this personally. I can wait, the 2 to 3 business days, but in case you can't, maybe it's urgent, it's only 1% of your money. Where on Cash App, if you wanted to do that instant transfer, it's actually 1.5% of your money. So it's actually quite a bit more. But again, it's not that crazy of an amount if you're transferring small dollars. But if you're transferring, $100, I mean, that's an extra dollar and some change right there that you're going to be losing out on because you're having it transferred right away. But again, if it's an emergency, totally understandable. And I like that both have this feature, but just consider that Venmo has an advantage on this end because it's a little bit less of a cost. So now before we go into which one is going to be the better app overall, in my opinion, I just want to let you guys know that I would actually recommend having both of these apps downloaded onto your phone. So that way, if you run into a friend or family member that needs to send you money and they only have one app or the other, you don't have to worry about sitting there and downloading the other one. Everything is all set and ready to go, and they can just transfer the money based off of the app they already have. So that's my personal opinion. It doesn't really take a lot of time and effort to just get it set up and ready to go in case of that situation. Now, as far as which one is going to be the better app, based off of using both apps for quite some time, trying out their debit cards, trying out all the features, the money transfers, sending money to friends and family members, I actually like Cash App just a little bit more overall, mainly because of that boost feature to save money instantaneously. I mean, I'm talking about the boost features sometimes have a better deal than using a credit card rewards to earn those reward points. So for me, I like saving money where I can, and Cash App actually helps me do that versus what Venmo does, but I still like Venmo overall because I still like having those apps available for people to send me money if they owe me something, or if I owe them something, I can send money right away. Now, if you actually want to learn more about some other money transfer apps out there, and if you want to learn more about those, check out my video right over here where you can learn more in depth about these different money transfer apps. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.